Hola guys and girls and welcome to the GBA Team Builder of Week 4. We are facing Monotooi and the Tampa Bay Luxrays. I actually made a little mistake last week. We're not facing MV yet. That is next week. This week this is a non-divisional matchup versus the Tampa Bay Luxrays and Monotooi, the replacement coach for Gus basically. But so far, under his control on the team, he is undefeated. So far the one loss he got was with Gus, so he's an undefeated coach we have to face right now, and yeah, let's break that winning streak, I would say. That's the plan for now. We are 1-2, and we need some wins. Like, what's the word? Oh, get it, let's skip the word. My prediction. There we go. Prediction. Very easy word in Pokemon. Prediction was that you can reach the players with a potential 7-5 record, and we already have 2 losses and 1 win, so we can only afford to lose 3 more times if you want to make the playoffs, and that will be the plan right here. Muno, I'm sorry, you're new to the squad. You're undefeated so far, but someone has to show how that works with the more veteran members. But yeah, what his team is and what he can bring to stop my plans of crushing him and getting my second win of the season is his team, of course. And let me scoop all that real quick with this fine piece of paper in front of me. First of all, he got Garchomp, Azumarill, Mega Manectric, Mandibuzz, Porygon Z, Amoonguss, Bronzong, Ember, Lantern, Hitmonchan, and Excelgor. That should be all. Nothing forgotten. Let's see. Garchomp, Azu, Mega Manectric, Mandibuzz, Amoonguss, Bronzong, Ember, Lantern, PZ, Hitmonchan, Excelgor. Yeah, this is everything. And yeah, from the team, like you can see, it's very, very physically offensive. Many physically offensive threats, mainly the Garchomp, the Azumarill, and the Ember. Ember and Azumarill are formidable wall breakers. They just punch through things. Garchomp is decently fast as well. Potential Scarfer towards speed and Mega Alakazams. I could see that. Mega Manectric, of course, is very speedy. Like, I think he is the fastest of the fast electric types. So we have to work around that because our ground immunity, of course, is 4 times weak to ice, so we can switch it in our electric immunity. Then he got the Amoonguss Regenerator. I don't really think he will bring Amoonguss because I have 2 Psychic types, which I'm commonly bring, and he can't really take on both. So Amoonguss is kind of iffy. Of course, you could bring it to deal with Crawdon, but I don't think he will bring Amoonguss. I think he will value out stuff. For example, this Bronzong, very good stop to my Mega Kazam, very good stop to my Landorus, if I don't have the right coverage. Like, if I have knockoff, but he has the Cold Berry, he can take this very well, and levitating bulky psychic types are the way to go to deal with my Landorus. I can't hit it with Sludge Wave, I can't hit it with Psychic, can't hit it with Rock Slide. The only thing I can hit it is with knockoff, and that's what he probably has a Cobra Berry for. And with HP Ice, he will do a lot of damage to me. Same with Melakazam, of course, 4 times resistant to the Psychic Stab. I have to run Shadow Ball for this, which, depending on the spread, won't is it free at KO and stuff like that. But yeah, Bronzong definitely see that coming, Rock, stuff like that. Same with Mandibuzz. I think Special Defense Kark versus every Pokemon he has, and Special Defense Mandibuzz is actually the best thing he has for my Alakazam. Like, it can take the hits even better than Special Defense of Bronzong, and and of course it has reliable recovery and Roost, and Stab, Knockoff, and stuff like that, which will do more damage. I think Gyro Ball does the most. Yeah, I think Gyro Ball does the most. Okay, so, Mandibuzz is the best defensive thing to check me. Ember, of course, huge threat offensive-wise. Same with Garchomp, Azumarill, already got into that. PZ, very threatening on the special offensive side, but I don't really expect that to bring that. I'd rather see, like, Ember, Azumarill, or Garchomp, one of these. Like, he will, of course, bring 1 Scarfer. Like, that's the whole thing with opponents versus me. They will have 1 Scarfer to outspeed my Alakazam, because you can't have always defensive checks on Alakazam, it's just too powerful, so usually check it offensively, and there will be 1 Scarfer. I have to identify that, and then we go on. Then he got Hitmonchan, potentially for Rapid Spin support if he tries to Hazard Stack me, because I don't have the best Hazard removal, so I could see, that's why I see Excelgor actually coming, because first of all, my team is kind of weak to Bug. Like, I don't have the best resistances, especially if it's that fast and just outspeeds my resistances and stuff like that. And he can potentially Spike Stack me, because, like I said, I don't have the best moves. I have Skuntank and Scizor. They are not the most common defogger. So he might Spike Stack me, that's why I could bring Hitmonchan if he wants to Rapid Spin and keep his spikes up and stuff like that. But yeah, Excelgor, I see either he would bring a straight offensive one with Life Orb, or he brings like a Hazard Stack one with Focus Sash. These are 2 sets I expect. I can see that basically if he leaves with that, I mean, he sees my team, like you can see on the top right now. I don't have Scizor, I don't have Skuntank, so I don't have Hazard removal on my team. So if he sees that, he would lead with a Spike Stacking Excelgor. And if he doesn't lead with that, that's basically a sign it's a Life Orb variant. But yeah, this is his team, this is what I'm expecting from his side, and yeah, let me go over my team. First of all, of course, Mustache, the Mega Alakazam with Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Encore. Psychic, of course, main stab, Dazzling Gleam to hit the Mandibuzz, and Shadow Ball to hit the to hit the Bronzong. I don't need any more stabs. These moves I hit everything for super big damage. And Encore I got there because I don't want to run sub, because I run sub too many times, and I want to spice it up a bit. With Encore, I can potentially versus Bronzong. If I go for Psychic, he brings some Bronzong, I can't kill him. He tries to go for Rocks. I can Encore him into that and hit him up to Shadow Balls and stuff like that. Because to switch out versus Bronzong or Mandibuzz, if I did not go for the super effective move versus them, it's very obvious. And if I try to maybe want to Roost after he got Rocks damage with Mandibuzz, or he wants to Defog or something like that, I can Encore them into that and start hitting his team very hard, because like you can see on the spread, I'm actually modest. This means I cannot outspeed a max speed timid Manectric, and I cannot outspeed a max speed Excelgor. But I watched Mono's videos, and he speed creeps like me. This means if he has a Mon which can't outspeed like Excelgor, for example, he can't outspeed max speed Alakazam, of course. That's why I won't give it enough speed to outspeed that, because it's not physically possible. I give it enough speed to outspeed the next thing, which is like max speed Electabuzz, or maybe a Scarf variant of a slower Mon and stuff like that. So he speed creeps like me, and I want to use that, because with the Modest I can 2-hit KO Mandibuzz after Rocks with Dazzling Gleam. I can 2-hit KO Bronzong with Shadow Ball, and it gives me so much more powers and so much more KOs. I wanted to run a Modest variant. Of course, I'm using a kind of a risk that like I cannot beat Manectric and Excelgor, but seeing how he stat crapped the last matches and see how my team is speed wise, I don't think he would bring a max speed Manectric. I actually think he would bring a modest one. Same for Excelgor, I think he would bring a modest one to just outspeed like my Electabuzz, which is my next fastest mon. So yeah, I run Modest here to use that to my advantage and hit for super hard damage. Like I said, it's kind of a risk, but I can take that. It's a very good league versus Manectric, because of course I can trace the... because I should be faster, I can trace the Lightning Rod before he Mega Evolves versus me, and then he can go for electric attacks versus me, or if he does, he gives me a special attack boost, which would like be pretty insane versus him, and I basically get a kill with Mega Kazam. So yeah, trace shenanigans are gonna be fun, like I can trace with the generator with Among Us or something like that and get some health back, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's Mega Kazam for you. Next up, we got Choice Bandit Crawdaddy with Crabhammer, Knockoff, Sleep Talk, and Aqua Jet. Crabhammer, Knockoff are just the main moves, like his only Crabhammer resist is the Lantern and the Among Us. And yeah, and the Azumarill, but Azumarill does not like taking hits unless it's a fully defensive set. Among Us can take the Crabhammers pretty well, but he does not enjoy Bandit Knockoff. Same with Lantern. These are basically the only moves I need. Like, Aerial Ace won't do less than Knockoff, so I don't really need to take that on versus Among Us or something like that. Sleep Talk is just there because I didn't need anything else. I could just for priority, of course, a Sleep Talk there in case he like spores my Crawdon. I don't have any need for any more coverage, so I just slap Sleep Talk on there in case he tries to put me to sleep, and I can then just Sleep Talk and keep hitting his team very hard. The speed is there for close to max speed, is there to outspeed a Mandibuzz, which tries to speed creep no speed Skunk Tank. That's what I got the speed for. The rest is Element. I want to run Element instead of Choice Band just for the extra power with the extra damage. Like the rest are just a little bit in bulk, of course, with the leftover EVs. But this thing is there to just punch holes in this team. With Crabhammer, with Knockoff, of course I have to be on point with my predictions with this being Choice. That's kind of the downside of having so much power, but you have to be careful with what you choice yourself in, because if I Crabhammer myself in, I guess maybe free switch into Water Absorb Lantern or into Among Us and stuff like that. But yeah, Knockoff hits very hard by Mandibuzz. Crabhammer hits everything super hard, and Aqua Jet for a nice priority, potentially priority cleanup on his team, because once Among Us is weakened or it's gone, I can basically Aqua Jet spam his team. Once Azumarill is a bit more weakened, of course, blah blah, but I mean, Among Us is the main thing in the way, and I'm a bit iffy, like I already said, on him bringing that, so I decided to just slap his Choice Band on my Crawdon and yeah, go to town with the crab. This time you're not missing Crawdaddy. I dare you to miss it once again, you Crabhammer. Next up, we got Pretty, the Rocky Helmet, Physical Defensive Set with Psychic, Ice Beam, Stealth, fucking U-Turn. This is my main thing to check Garchomp, because Levitate, I'm of course immune to his Ground Stab. With the Rocky Helmet, I can get some nice chip damage on him if he tries to go for Dragon Claw or something like that. I can take the hits very well, and Ice Beam, of course, will do a lot of damage versus him. Psychic is there as the main stab, because it hits other things this thing can check, like the Ember, like the Among Us, and like the Hitmonchan. Psychic is in general good stab versus team. Stealth Rock is just there to get rocks up, and U-turn for momentum. I was thinking putting Toxic there or Healing Wish and stuff like that, but in the end I decided for U-turn to maybe U-turn and get a switch into my Crawdon or my Mega Kazam, because they kind of rock through his team if the right monster are weakened, and I can get a prediction right with my Choice Banded Crawdon. So yeah, that's why I have U-turn on here for some momentum. The speed is the same speed as Crawdon. A bit more speedy, is like enough speed to outspeed Max Speed Adamant Crawdon, I think. Max is just physically defensive and max HP to take this very well. And yeah, that's pretty for you. Not really straightforward. Second Healing Wish, main step, stop some of the physical threats. Then you got Sonic with a kind of interesting spread. We got Sonic here with Giga Drain, Air Slash, Substitute, and double Giga Drain. Okay, that's wrong. I have Leech Seed here. Why do you give me double Giga Drain Showdown? Subseed Shaman with the Tanga Berry, max HP 132 in defense, because that HP investment in that defense investment, Gyro Ball from no speed, minus speed nature, 0 IV, Bronzong, cannot break my substitute. And I can, because that's the main switch into this thing, either Amoonguss or Bronzong. And Bronzong is a big problem for many things on my team. Like it's a problem for Mustachio, it's a problem for Pretty, it's a problem for Sanic, it's a problem for Thunderpants, you will see later a little bit at least. So if I can wear that down, that would be very nice. And with Substitute, at least he can't Toxic Me and stuff like that. Air Slash is mainly there as main stab there to hit the Excelgor, not main stab, as main coverage move to hit the Excelgor, to hit the Amoonguss. Giga Drain, of course, main stab, some Curry. I don't have Seed Flare this time because I figured it has way too less PP to be successful on a good subseed Shaman. So I rather had Giga Drain to give me extra recovery because I don't have leftovers. I have the Tanga Berry, which I will go over later. The rest, the speed is there to outspeed. Let me look at his team 1 moment. A no speed Garchomp in case he tries to, or a little bit speed in this Garchomp in case he tries to bring a Tank Chomp or something like that, which I could see. Then the Tanga Berry is there because of course he has the Excelgor, because this will be fast, and of course it can hit me behind the sub with Bug Buzz. That's why I have the Tanga Berry right here to take the Bug Attack very decently. Like it only with the Tanga Berry does like only 30% around that, and I can hit up with an Air Slash and get some good damage on him, and after 2 Rock Switch in and Air Slash damage, he should be dead. Depending on his spread, it may even be earlier, like if he's an offensive variant or the lead variant, stuff like that. Let's have the Tanga Berry, because if you look at the first 3 of my teams, they are all weak to Bug. So I kind of want to deal with that, and Shaman of course weak to Bug too, and I want to kind of have a safety net for that, a little one at least. And yeah, that's Sonic for you. Subseeding with this will wear his thing down very, very nicely, and that's basically what I want to do. And yeah, everything's down for the Aqua Jet sweep with Crawdon. Next up, we got Spiky Mikey, and actually, whoa, not Rocky Helmet Ruskin. I know you're basically, you think I'm insane right now, but we got an Assault as Sheer Force set with Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Gunk Shot, and Fire Punch. Close to max HP, 116 Adamant, and a bit like a pretty speedy Rodegod, if I can say so myself. But this thing is mainly there to be a switch into the Manectric. Like, usually my best response to fast electric types is like my Shaman, but Manectric of course gets Overheat, Flamethrower and stuff like that. So it's not a switch into that, so I decided let's bring Assault as Rodegod, and then I looked at his squad, and with this move, with this coverage, I hit everything for super good damage. I'm kind of missing Rock Slide for Mandibles. But still, Dragon Claw does a lot to that, if it's specially defensive for the Alakazam. Earthquake, of course, for the Manectric to hit it for good damage. Of course, it hits the Ember too. It hits the Lantern. It hits no, that's it. I was thinking about bringing like a Mode Breaker set to hit the Earthquake, the Bronzong too, but Fire Punch with Sheer Force Boost actually does about the same than Earthquake, and with Fire Punch I can hit the Amoonguss too for super effective damage. And Gunk Shot is there, the same reason why the speed is there. With this speed, I would speed a Azumarill, which tries to speed creep my Vaporeon. If he tries to speed creep my Vaporeon, I can still outspeed him and Oko him with Sheer Force Gunk Shot. So that's very nice. I have kind of a surprise check to Azumarill if he tries to think that is a free switch for Azumarill to click player or something like that. Because if you look at my team, I have nothing which appreciates fairy hits. Like I don't have Scizor right now. And yeah, so it's kind of surprise check to that. I can Oko with Gunk Shot. I said I don't have Sucker Punch. It was the kind of toss up if I want Sucker Punch or not. I want Earthquake, blah blah, all this good stuff. But in the end, I decided for this coverage. Yeah, it was perfect for this zero. But this thing hits like a truck with close to not even max attack, but Adamant Nature, Sheer Force. Spiky Mikey will do a lot of damage to his team, and he may be surprised with it. But so far, to be honest, I only brought Rocky Helmet Ruskin, so. yeah, I'm looking forward to using this Assault Destroyer gun. Of course, it can take hits from Medic very well, and from its potential other special attackers, of course, too, like the PZ, the Lantern, the Excelgor, stuff like that. Like, the attacks won't do too much, and I can retaliate back with way more damage on their side. Next up, we got Thunderpants with Moonblast, Hidden Power Fire, Wish, and Calm Mind. Physically defensive, enough speed to outspeed and no speed among us, and leftovers. Basically, before that, I had my Skunk Tank here, with like Defog and Taunt, Toxic and stuff like that. But then I looked at my team and I saw Excelgor and super effective, super effective, super effective, super effective, neutral, neutral. And I couldn't have that. I don't want Excelgor sweeping my team, and I don't want only fancy checks for that, so I decided to tag in Thunderpants here, which is one of my bug resists. The only other bug resists I have are my Scizor, and he will have HP Fire, or my Landorus, and Landorus, I don't want to bring Landorus actually, I don't even talk about that, because he has very good checks in Mandibuzz and Bronzong. So I think I didn't saw the ability for Mr. Man to do too much work, so I decided to bring him not this time. He will definitely prepare for that, and I can use it to my advantage that he like takes one of his team to prepare for Mr. Man, and then I don't bring it and bring our stuff. So yeah, I bring Calm Mind to routines because after one Calm Mind I can take every hit very well. Hidden Power Fire does a lot to Amoonguss and to Bronzong, and I can just wish up because with max defense Shadow Ball is not even does not even over 50%, so I can just set up on Bronzong in case he does not have Toxic, of course. Then Moonblast as main stab, and Hidden Power Fire to hit Amoonguss, to hit Bronzong. Fire Fairy is very good stab coverage for his team, and that's why I added routines basically there. Like I said before, there I had a Skunk Tank, but I was way too weak to Excelgor then, and I don't wanted that, so I just tagged in the routines with a Calm Mind variant. I was thinking about putting Heal Bell, but then I calc the damage, and Hidden Power Fire basically does nothing to Amoonguss or Bronzong and stuff like that, so, and with a Calm Mind up, I can take the potential Sludge Bomb from Excelgor better, I can take the Volt Switches and Thunderbolts from what do you call it? Manectric better. So and with the Calm Mind up, Hidden Power Fire does 50% more, of course, to Bronzong and Amoonguss, and wearing these things down will be very crucial for my team. So yeah, this is Thunderpants, mainly being a bug resist on the team. Of course, it's not specially defensive. I may regret it because I'm very physically defensive on my team, like Fist Staff, a little Fist Staff, and then I have like an Assault Desmon here. But yeah, looking at his team, he has way more physical threats, like with Garchomp, Azumarill, Ember, than special threats. So, and I see them bringing these more because my team is kind of weak to Azumarill. Like my only fairy resist is the Scizor. The rest does not like taking them, and Scizor does not like taking a Waterfall and stuff like that. Barry is physically defensive, but of course he could, yeah. He got random fire coverage on a random mon, and Scizor gets a pretty big dent on that. But yeah, this is my team. Let me know what you think about it. The match will actually be going up tomorrow because I was very busy. I had to record this and the match on the same day. So yeah, be excited for that. I will see you then. Ciao.